Real Nerf Joker here, and due to the recent events of the Jared Leto Joker picture and the Suicide Squad picture, I'd figure I'd take a moment and talk about things. I recently had a fan ask me, what gives me the right to be so opinionated towards these choices that DC is making, and I just wanted to make that crystal clear with no questions asked. So I don't want to go on a rant, but here we go. Let's see, 1978, Superman was made. This Superman, Christopher Reeves. Awesome. I mean, just this picture alone is stunning. I have another one here. I mean, look at that. I mean, that even just looks like Superman. It's unbelievable. I remember as a kid seeing this going like, wow, Superman is real. There's no doubt in my mind. Let's see, the next thing would be 1989 Batman. Michael Keaton, the Jack Nicholson. And what happens here is what DC did here is they created two movies that set the bar so high that, in my opinion, they've never been able to achieve this caliber of perfection. Between Batman and the Christopher Reeve Superman, they've never been able to achieve this feel again, ever. Even with The Dark Knight, as much as I like The Dark Knight, I don't think it's anywhere close to the Batman, 1989 Batman. And the reason why is because this Batman, Michael Keaton Batman, wanted to be Batman. And he was a force to be reckoned with. He wasn't the whiny, I don't want to be Batman, but I kind of have to be. Only been Batman for a couple of years. Now I have to retire because Bane beat me up. Batman. I didn't like that. I want to see the Batman that Michael Keaton was portraying, where he was tough and the criminals feared him. I always pictured in my crazy mind like a room full of criminals and they're all talking to each other and they have to really think, is this crime worth it? Is the money worth it? Because if we don't succeed and Batman gets a hold of us, yes, he's not going to kill us, but he'll put us in a coma, send us to Wayne Memorial, and then Batman's crazy mind will completely fix them to get them back out just to go do the whole circle again over again. Like, he's just insane. But the criminal had to think, is this worth the risk of getting almost put into a coma? I always picture gangsters going I don't know, is it worth it? How much does it take? $10,000. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It needs to be over $1 million. It has to be worth it. Otherwise, what's the point? With Batman and Superman raising the bar, it was like nothing else compared to this. In my young mind, I was like, wow, these are the ultimate heroes. They laid the foundation of perfection and what I wanted in movies. Now, around the same time, 1990, 89, 90, this was Marvel's Captain America. And even at the age that I was at 1990, I knew this looked cheeseball. I was like, oh my god, what the heck? What is this? Terrible. 1989 Punisher, same thing. And then the movie was, it was alright, super violent. But that doesn't look like a superhero. Not compared to this. This is a superhero. Though that Batman is unparalleled. Unbelievable. And that's the Captain America that we had back then? See, so what I've noticed that has happened is, after Marvel's debacle, they saw how DC did so well in redefining the characters and saying, look, this is the ultimate Batman. This is the ultimate Superman. They redesign their stuff, Now, what happened is Green Lantern comes out, terrible, just a terrible movie in every aspect. Jonah Hex comes out. Do we even have to go there? Like, really? Did anybody watch this? Revenge Gets Ugly? No, the movie was ugly. Blah. Then we had The Dark Knight Rises, which I consider the worst of the three. That's my opinion, but I just think it's terrible. Like, Batman is going to retire after fighting crime for what? And, he retires to not be Batman? Like, that doesn't make any sense. The whole story didn't make sense. The only thing I liked about this movie was the beginning with the plane. Other than that, I think it's one of the worst Batman movies ever made because he does not want to be Batman, and I hate that. I just completely hate that. In every three of them. I mean, Batman Begins, I thought, okay, here we go. We're gonna have a real Batman, but then he doesn't want to be Batman, and he's like, I gotta be a symbol, and get over it. Be the badass that we all want, and you're not it. Yeah. Come to the Avengers, Marvel's Avengers. So see the point I'm trying to make is, in this day and age, with these heroes and these movies that they've made, the roles have changed. Where DC, I believe, in the cinema is making terrible movies, like Marvel was back with Punisher and this cheesy. I can't even believe that's Captain America. It's so terrible. Now DC's making bad decisions with casting, with rushing, with everything, really. Like, I just cannot believe that the roles have switched because now Marvel, learning back in 1989 and 1978 from the original Batman, went through and took their time, cast it appropriately, and came back and created an amazing, cast of heroes to where now these guys are the cool guys, and these guys are not living up to what we all expected from back when, like Batman and Superman. That's why I take it so seriously, because as a child, these were like the defining moments of my life. Like, I completely remember seeing Superman and going like, wow. I completely remember seeing Batman and being like, holy crap. This is amazing. Like, these are awesome, and nothing has lived up to this again, ever. Only thing that has really is Marvel Avengers, and that's not DC. And I don't know if you get this or not, but I am pro DC. So, whenever they release pictures like the Suicide Squad, which I'm not even going to show because it's so terrible, I take it personally, and I know people go, why, you're not even involved. I know I'm not involved, but that's the point. I take it personally because I feel like no one else is. It's like, is anybody really paying attention? Those costumes look terrible. Suicide Squad looks terrible. Jared Leto looks terrible. Even with like Man of Steel and this new Batman versus Superman, like that's not Superman. Like, that wasn't anything that Superman would never act like that. And I cannot stand that he doesn't have the same like appeal that this did. Like, you can't look at this and not know this is Superman. Like, this is amazing. This picture here is better than the whole movie of Man of Steel. I'm willing to say that. This one picture here is better than all of Man of Steel. And this picture here of Batman, any one of these pictures, this is better than the Batman that we got in Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. This one picture is better than how Christian Bale even portrayed Batman. We all went in thinking we're going to get this Batman, and we didn't. We ended up getting a whiny crybaby, and the only reason why The Dark Knight did so well, really, is because of the Heath Ledger Joker. Like, that was the draw. That was the whole reason to see it. Anybody that saw it the next day, they knew I'm crazy about Joker because of the old Adam West series. They said, man, you gotta go see Heath Ledger as this Joker. He's amazing. He like sets the bar, which is what they did. Heath Ledger Joker sets the bar over for Joker, and now DC's trying to catch up yet again, and they're doing it wrong. What they need to do is go back to the drawing board and scrap these movies. I'm being completely serious. Completely scrap these movies, forget about them, and go back to what works. Dark hero of light, and make it happen. You know what I mean? Right now they're trying to make Superman bad. like, or he's a god, or I don't even know what they're doing. But they're trying. The first Man of Steel, they try to make him more darker to match the Batman feel, but that's never going to work out because Superman is not that. Superman is this. This right here is the definition of Superman. And if you can't get that, then stop making the movies because you're just ruining it. You know, and I'm not going to say that Marvel's getting it right all the time. You know, they've completely ruined, but that's not Marvel, that's Sony, but they've completely ruined Wolverine. But that's going to be a different video, come to think of it, actually. But what happened? You know, why did the roles reverse? Why is Avengers so awesome, as in the heroes that they've created, compared to the Dark Knight, Jonah Hex, and Green Lantern? Because those are the only examples we have right now. You know, Avengers 2 came out, and again, terrible movie. I really did not like it at all. I'd like to know what you guys thought, but I completely hated it. And the main reason why is because they're starting to make the mistakes that other movie studios started to make, where they start to incorporate children, family, a love story. The only reason why this Avengers was so good is because it was heroes being superheroes, not heroes dealing with real life problems. Like if I want to go and watch about a family having problem with their loved one going into war, and I have to go and watch about these two lovers that can't be together because they're so messed up and they're both monsters. That's real life. I don't care about that. I don't even want to see that. Like, to be completely honest, as soon as I saw Hawkeye's family, I was like, please, hopefully Hawkeye's family gets eliminated to where now Hawkeye only can be an Avenger and he becomes the hero he's supposed to be. Like, use it as fuel instead of like whatever the heck they were going for, because I don't even know. You know, I don't know, but I just wish, and I'm praying that we get, and I don't know why they haven't released it, but I wish they would say like DC had done a movie with Ben Affleck as Batman to set up Batman versus Superman. And the only reason why is because we don't know this Batman. Like, we haven't seen him in action, and they're going to try to do this all in one movie. And they're going to try to rely on us to say, okay, this is the Frank Miller comic Batman, and everybody's supposed to know that? No. They should have had a movie where they set him up, show how amazing he is, show that the monsters are scared, show that he stops crime, show that he is Batman, that he's not Bruce Wayne. The difference between DC heroes and Marvel heroes, in my opinion, is Batman is always Batman. Superman is always Superman. They have to pretend to be human. He has to pretend to be Clark Kent. He has to pretend to be human. And Batman's the same way. Batman is Batman. Like, he's always Batman. He's always a vigilante. But he has to pretend to be Bruce Wayne. Pretend. Because he's not. Even when he's Bruce Wayne, like, he just can't handle it because he knows that's not his real self. With the heroes from Marvel, you know, Captain America doesn't really need a secret identity. Thor doesn't need one. None of these guys do. That's the difference. Like, these guys, they understand that they have to be more human than humans, and they have to be. And that's the struggle. But I just wish that they had done a movie with Ben Affleck to set up Batman, to show how amazing he is, to where we'd even want to see him fight that Man of Steel guy who's pretending to be Superman. Me and my friends call him the murderer Superman. I mean, I think it's funny because he's like, they go, oh, he had to kill Zod. Well, that's not entirely true. He could have just covered his eyes. He's freaking Superman. For him to kill like that doesn't make any sense at all. That's what separates Superman from anyone else, is that he doesn't kill. Why didn't he just cover his eyes? So far, that's all I've been doing looking at these Suicide Squad pictures, is I've been wanting to cover my eyes the way Superman should have covered Zod's eyes. Well, that's my little spiel. Like I said, I didn't want to go on a rant, but I did want to go over it because I do take things very personally, and I do take decisions that these guys make very personal, only because, like I said, we have high expectations because they made us have high expectations. Back in the 70s and the 80s, they gave us two amazing films that set the bar so high that we can only expect perfection like this. And when we don't get perfection like this and Superman, well, yeah, we're going to be very, very angry about it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Don't forget to comment. I'm willing to answer any and all comments. I love to know what you guys think about my little rant. As always, thank you for watching. Stay nerfy, and don't forget, look deep into my blue eyes.